welcome in. Today we're going to be crocheting a washcloth using the lemon peel stitch pattern. It will look like this. I'm using a 4.5mm hook, but you can use whatever size you want. It'll change the tightness. You can make a bigger washcloth or a smaller one. I'll show you the bigger one in this video. So starting off with the very basics, how to do a slip knot. You're going to wrap it under your thumb, over your forefinger, under your thumb again, and then you're going to take that tail behind that back thread, tuck it in just like this, and you're going to hold that loop there. Hold on to that loop and hold on to the tail end of the thread. Pull the rest of your fingers out and then pull tightly and it will form a slip knot. At this point you can go ahead and take your crochet hook. You're just going to stick that through the loop and then pull on the tail end of the yarn to pull it tight around the hook. Now that you've got your yarn nice and around your hook, you're going to take your yarn in a crochet position. So hold it with those back two fingers, put it over your forefinger and then down behind it. This will tighten or loosen how tight your stitches are. It'll give you the tension in that yarn. To yarn over, you're going to take your hook around the left side, loop that yarn over, then pull down and through that first loop. Now you've chained your first chain. Chain one, here's your second one, same thing, loop it around the left side of the yarn, and pull it down through there. You're going to repeat this a few times until you have 26 chains. So you're going to repeat this 26 times. Okay, so I have my 26 chains. I'm going to do one more chain. So chain one more, yarn over, pull through. And then I'm going to do a single crochet, not into this one that I just chained, but the one to the left of it. So I'm going to push in through that back loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, pull through both, and that's a single crochet. I'm now going to do one double crochet in this next loop. So this is the loop right here, camera focus. Sorry. This loop that's open, more open, you can see I just did a stitch into it. Now I'm going to do a double crochet stitch in the next one. So for double crochet, you yarn over first, that's the biggest difference. Then you push through that back loop just like you did before. Yarn over just like you did before. Pull through, and then now you have 3 loops. That's how you know it's a double crochet. I'm gonna yarn over again, pull through 2, leave that last one, and then you have this one here. And you're gonna yarn over, pull through 2 again, woohoo! And that's your double crochet. Congratulations, you now know how to chain, single crochet, and double crochet. So for lemon peel stitch, the key is just you're going to do alternating rows of single crochet, double crochet. I'll show you one more time and then we're going to speed this up so you don't have to watch me do all of it by hand super slowly. So you got that next single crochet, yarn over again first, back loop, double crochet. And for all of those who are making this along with me, if you ever forget which one you just did, you're like, oh shoot, did I just do a single crochet or a double crochet? You can actually see the difference in the stitches, and I'll show you how really quick here. If you look at this stitch, I can tell that this one is a single crochet because it only has a single line here after I've done it. Whereas you can see these double crochets has 2. It's a double crochet. It's got those 2 lines. So 2 lines, 1 line, 2 lines, 1 line, 2 lines, 1 line, 2 lines, 1 line. Okay, good. Perfect. I was really worried I was about to like expose myself that I'd accidentally done 2 in a row. And sometimes that happens. And sometimes you can catch it, sometimes you can't. But it kind of hides itself in the pattern. That's what I love about the lemon peel stitch is even if you mess up, no one will know. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing about having fun while you're making things instead of trying to be perfect. It's a very good life lesson to learn. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try and wrap this one up and then I'll show you how to do the border. Once you've completed your swatch, we're going to move on to the border and we're going to be doing what's called Picot bordering, P-I-C-O-T bordering. There's a lot of tutorials out there on how to do this, but this will be mine. You're going to start off with just a single crochet and then do another single crochet onto the side. So now you're working on the edge. Now chain 3 and then then on the top loop of your last single crochet, I'm pointing it here with my thumb, you're going to push your hook through the loop closest to you, yarn over, pull through that loop, and then pull through the remaining loop on your hook. That's called a slip stitch. We're going to do another 3 single crochets. And then after those 3 single crochets, we're going to do another chain 3. Here's our chain 3. And then once again, we're going to slip stitch through that top loop of our last single crochet. Not the chains, but the single crochet. Pull through again. Slip stitches can be tricky. And we repeat that, alternating 3 single crochet, 3 chain, then slip stitch. And it'll create that little almost bubble looking border around your entire piece. You're going to be trying to find each stitch, but in the sides especially, you're just going to kind of aim for an even looking border, and you'll do amazing and it'll look super great. If you want a tighter bubble border, do alternating groups of 2 single crochet and then those 3 chains. It'll make those bubbles much closer together. So now you're just going to continue that pattern until you've made it all the way around your border. Stop after your last little bubble and you should have just a few stitches between your first bubble and your last bubble. As you can see here, we now have our full border. You saw that little tail there at the bottom, it's all good. But now we are going to go ahead and make the loop so that you can hang your washcloth or your dishcloth, however you choose to use it, wherever you want. It makes it very nice and handy. First thing you're going to do is 2 single crochets. After those 2, you're going to go ahead and start chaining. We love our good chain. We're going to chain 15 here. If you want, you can make a larger loop or a smaller loop, just increase or decrease the number of chains. It'll all be the same, and then I'll show you how to connect that chain and make it into a loop. If you ever lose your yarn, it falls off the hook, you just put that hook straight back through the loop of yarn. Super easy peasy. Unlike knitting, it's easy to recover whenever you lose your yarn in crochet. That's one reason I love crochet so much. Once you have all 15 of those chains, you're going to go ahead and do a slip stitch into the bottom single crochet to form that into a loop. So pull through that one and then pull through both. That same slip stitch that you used with the border. Now just do a few more single crochets through your swatch to connect it up to that first picket bubble that you have there. So I'm just doing single crochets here to go ahead and finish off the border. Now to finish off your piece, you're just going to pull that loop around your hook and make it bigger, and then slide your hook out. Take some scissors, or I'm using my gardening shears here because they're sharper, and then put that end tail of yarn through the loop, pull it, and it'll naturally form a nice tight knot to keep your piece from unraveling. I'm going to go ahead and do another knot here just for extra security. So now with that knot securely tightened, go ahead and insert your hook again and just pull that tail through a few times until it is nice and wound in. You can add in a few more knots, whatever you feel like you need to do to secure it. At this point, it's not going to unravel and you're good to just leave it however you would like. Now at this point, once you've wound it through a few times, you can go ahead and snip off any excess and then pull it through just a few more times. This goes for both tails. Just tuck in basically the end and hide it in the rest of your work. Once you've done that, you're done. You've completed your first washcloth. Awesome job, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Let me know what you'd like to see next. Y'all have a great rest of your day.